All right, so it's springtime, getting close to summer here in Central Texas, and it's time to get the garden ready. I might be a little behind schedule. You hear some noise going on in the background. There's a plane flying over. Next door neighbor's working on their house. They're trying to rent out. They're renovating it. Garden time. Now, I'm going to show you this garden that I had before, and you can go back and look at all the ones from last year. I got an above ground garden bed, and I'm going to have another one because I know I just had too much stuff jammed in there. Last year. So take a look at this. You can hear her using the ripper next door, but this is the garden bed from last year, and we're going to use it again this year, but we're also going to make another one over there because we had tomato plants in here, we had cucumbers, we had peppers, we had squash. It was way too much. Just a funny thing here, if you look, I got strawberry plants here with strawberries on them. Those strawberry plants last year, I planted 4 of them in here right in the center. They did not produce a strawberry. These, I thought I pulled them all up. These sprouted up about 4 to 6 weeks ago. They made it through 2 nights of freezing, and I haven't done anything to them. I haven't watered them or fertilized them or anything, and they look healthier than the ones I put in last year. So funny, I'm just going to leave them there and see what happens. But I went over to Lowe's, which is my favorite place to shop, and they didn't have this bed anymore, which was 3 feet by 8 feet. Only thing they had was 4 by 4 squares. So my next door neighbor over there, he's going to do a garden as well. So we decided to make our own. And if you go to Lowe's, I don't know if they all do this, but they had this set up outside. And so this is what I'm going to do. We're going to use these masonry blocks. They were 2 for $5. They've got the notches cut in them to fit what is, I believe, a 2 by 10. And so I got 8-foot 2 by 10s. I had one of them cut in half for my ends. These 2 are my sides. You need to get pressure treated ground contact, because pressure treated doesn't do much for you if it's going to be put in the ground and it's going to rot. You have to have pressure treated ground contact rating. So I just scalped my grass here. I've got these all set up, 2 8-foot sections and 2 4-foot sections for the ends. And then I'm just going to put down some of that landscaping block, and we're going to be on our way. And we'll talk about the necessity of what goes inside of this as far as drainage and dirt here in a minute. But let me just go ahead and get this done. I'm just going to speed this up for you. All right, here we go. All you need is the X-Acto knife. Roll this out a little longer than you need, just because it's going to go under the edges. It cuts very easy. The other thing somebody recommended to me, and I don't know how necessary this is, but my pieces that I cut into 4-foot lengths, the section that was cut, seal it with something. Just throw some black paint on it, spray paint, whatever, it doesn't matter. Just so that way the water and the dampness doesn't seep in there and rot it from the outside or from the inside out. But there's that. Now let's put this thing together. I'm gonna put some blocks on it. You can just see they slide together. If you remember as a kid, you had Lincoln logs, same thing, except this is done with a masonry block on the corner. Okay, I'm just gonna bring this over so you can see how it fits together. So you can see they just slide in together like that. They're made to fit that 2 by whatever. So I'm just going to put all the rest of these together, and you can see what it looks like when it's done. All right, we're going to stop there and take a look and actually cut it about 6 inches bigger than you think you're going to need it. because I forgot about the corner of the block, pushing it out a little bit. So I've got a little excess spot there. I'm going to cut a strip there, and I'm going to cut a strip there to make sure all that's covered. Will it grass grow through there? I don't know. But you can also see that I've got the overhang here. I'm not trying to make you all dizzy. This is extended up. So that's a 2x10, and those masonry blocks, excuse me, are 5 inches. So I got enough to stack the blocks 2 high, but the boards 1 high, if that makes sense. So let me just finish putting those on. Hey dogs. So here's our finished product. It's all ready to go. We're going to get roughly 1 cubic yard of topsoil and compost mixed to put in here. But first thing we're going to do is we're going to put a layer of gravel on the bottom, just 1 layer. So probably about 3 or 4 or 5 gallon buckets. And then we're going to fill the rest of it with dirt, which should give us about an inch below an inch below the top board. And again, you can get that wherever. If you go to Lowe's, you're going to buy a bunch of bags. You're going to buy like 25 bags. And you're going to have to get it topsoil and then buy bags of compost to mix it. But that's going to cost you a lot of money. We are going tomorrow. Reggie, hats off to you. We're taking this truck over here to where you can buy bulk gravel and bulk dirt. And they actually have topsoil, garden dirt, and compost mixed. It's got like a 25% compost in it. So we're just going to go get 2 cubic yards dumped in the back of his truck, bring it over, and we'll wheelbarrow it into his yard, and we'll wheelbarrow it here. And once I got this all done, you'll see the end of it here shortly. This is what we're looking like now. Let me bring you back over here so you can see it. So we've got this bed, which this is the one that's going to have tomatoes and cucumbers in it. And because I have shade here and shade there when those leaves all come out, my cucumbers are going to go on this end because they will get burnt by the sun. I had to have a 50% or 55% sunblock over it. So hopefully the trees will do most of that. And then tomatoes are going to go on this end over here. I got plenty of room now. I've actually got a foot more in width than I had in the other one over there. Another tip for you as well, in the other one over there, I've already planted them, but once I get the dirt in here, I'm putting marigold seeds down. And if you didn't know that, they're a good companion plant. You can't even see me. They are a good companion plant to help against pests. So work with me on this one. We had a problem with tomatoes getting eaten last year. I would come out, I would find a nice ripe one on the vine, and when I go to pick it, the back end of it, half of it was gone. They were coming from the yard behind me, but hopefully we have figured that situation out where the pests were. But this time we're going to plant marigolds because they are a pest deterrent. Evidently, for some reason, pests don't like the way marigolds look or smell. But so those have been planted over there. We're going to plant some in here after we get our dirt and everything put in here. So hopefully you like this. If you did, you can give it a thumbs up. We'll catch you on the next one.